Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Big Game Hunter. I'm your host Hunter, and it has been a while, hasn't it? I apologize for the long wait between episodes. November's been a really busy month for me, but it's here now, so I thought to celebrate and to apologize to you guys. This is going to be the all killer, no filler episode. We got a lot of finds, we got some new locations, so let's go ahead and get started at our classic North Lamar half price books. And we start off with a classic, one of my modern classic games, Forbidden Island. I already own this game, but it's rare to find the tin in such good condition, so I can always get it as a gift, a low price gift. And we have a really odd find. This is a Twilight Imperium expansion. Twilight Imperium, really popular space sci-fi 4X game. 30 bucks though, and it ended up not being complete, so I passed on that one, unfortunately. I did find a copy of Wooden Ships and Iron Men, an old naval combat game, but it was a little expensive, so I ended up passing on it. Shout out to my friends Undead Viking and Drive Thru Review, whose podcast I believe is named after that game. You check that out. And we have a Steve Jackson game. No, thank you. I think I will pass. And then the requisite party games. No. We got the Settlers of Catan expansion, but it's to the card game, and it's a version that I do not actually own. No. Okay, not a lot here. Trivial Pursuit, got loaded questions. Who's actually I have named that tune. I'm not proud of that fact. No. I don't know why I've got Caddyshack on the mind. No, I definitely don't need CSI. No, thank you. And then Clue FX, which again I already own this. I do not know why I'm messing with it. We got a bunch of clues, monopolies, Trivial Pursuit. Pokemon, sorry. Don't be sorry, Pokemon. There's nothing to be apologizing for. You guys are great. You got Tribon. You got some kind of Yahtzee sequence Yahtzee. You got Zombies, which is terrible, but you have Beyond Balderdash, which is not terrible. You should pick that up. I already own it, though. So we're going to hit up South Lamar, see what they have to offer. And this is with Sarah, actually. Me and Sarah dropped by here. And just scanning the top here, I do find something, and it's a game that I was kind of surprised to find here. It's a Tree Frog game, Martin Wallace. It is A Few Acres of Snow. I believe this is the first edition. We got it for fairly good price, but with Sarah's teacher discount, even cheaper, so that was a pretty solid deal for us. I was pretty happy with that, and that was absolutely nothing. There's nothing else up there. No thank you. Put it down, Hunter. Now, I did find this game here. It's called Skyrunner by Ravensburger. The box is a little beat up, and one thing I do want to note, I'm not opening boxes on camera because I felt like it took up too much time and wasn't very interesting, but I do still open the boxes, so please, guys, check the boxes. Don't make the mistakes I've made in the past. But this game looked pretty interesting. I opened the box, everything seemed to be there. It wasn't super pricey, but for some reason I passed on it, and honestly, in retrospect, I really wish I grabbed it. Even if it wasn't amazing, the components look pretty cool, and it seems like it'd be something that's up my alley to a degree. So, ultimately passed on it, a little disappointed in that in retrospect, but sometimes, sometimes you just don't pull the trigger on something if it's iffy, and I didn't do it that time, and I do regret it. Oh god, I hate Big Paint Theory. I'm sorry, guys. If you guys enjoy it, I'm not a fan. I really am sorry, but these action figures have been flooding half-price books, and I cannot get behind them. Unfortunately, though, I did find an action figure I could get behind. So I'm hitting up a new half-price books here. This is way south in Austin, and it's a little bit closer to where I live, so hopefully they have some good stuff. And I did find a couple of good things. Gravwell, which is a really awesome game. I have that exact same version, but I already own it, so I don't really need that one. But it is a great game. I really recommend that one. Not a lot of stuff here. We have the Clue Office, which I already own that too. Don't judge me, guys. I'm sorry. We did find some old trading cards, which are kind of funny. That was actually very tempting to me, but they're trading cards, not a collectible card game, so I passed. And Sentinels of the Multiverse with the newer box, which again intrigues me. I actually own Sentinels of the Multiverse, and I'm not a huge fan of it. This isn't one I hate or anything like that. I know a lot of people love that game, but it's a little too fiddly for me, I guess. And I'm not a huge fan. They were really overcharging for that copy. I think it was 60 bucks or something, so really not a big fan of that. But the game is good, and it's worth the money. It's just not one I'd spend the money on. Uncharted, which pops up in pretty much every half-price book, is actually a very underrated game. I think that's actually a pretty solid game. Got it for about 6 bucks in the past, though, so I try to find them really cheap. I did find Lord of the Rings. This is a co-op game by Rainer Knizia, and it's a pretty solid one. I would say it's one of my less favorite of the co-op games. It was a very early co-op game, and it kind of shows its age a little bit more than stuff like Pandemic. I think co-op games have kind of come a long way since that game. I don't leave it there. I'm considering it. I will put it back later. They did have a copy of Stop Thief, an old electronic game, which was pretty funny. It was a little overpriced. It was like $40. I'd actually be a buyer if it was cheaper. I like those old 80s and 90s electronic games, weird components, stuff like that. Pit, you know, just normal stuff. And you'll find this in a lot of half-price books. There's World of Warcraft trading cards. There are tons of them out there. It's actually a pretty decent collectible card game. I already have enough cards for it, though. But yeah, actually not a terrible selection here. Decent stuff. The Hobbit was fairly priced. I'll definitely be hitting this one up in the future. Nothing here this trip, though, so a little bit of a bust, but I'm glad I found a new location to hunt. So now we're going to hit up the San Marcos half-price books, where we've been in a bit of a dry spell lately. So in the RPG section over here, I do find a small expansion, the Break-In Atmo expansion for Firefly. I actually regretted it because I passed up a copy of Firefly in our last episode, so ended up setting that one back down. But it's a pretty good price, $6 isn't bad. But right below here, I do find something that I've really been looking for, which is Dungeon Fighter from Fantasy Flight Games. I also have a copy of Russian Crush, but Dungeon Fighter is one I've really been on the lookout for. It's a dexterity game with dice, and right behind it, right where I sat down, Doomtown Reloaded, which just came out. I can't believe that they have a copy of this here. It's one of my favorite games from 2014. A card game I've really been waiting to be reprinted. And I can always use extra base sets of Doomtown. More cards, the better. I can get more people into it. I believe I gave that away as a gift. And what do I find over here? Well, there we go. Firefly the game, half off. That's amazing, actually. It's new and shrink. Again, I passed it up last episode. I'm not going to make the same mistake again, though. I am going to grab it here. And if I'm grabbing that, I might as well grab that Break-In Atmo expansion, because why not? $6, I'll get an expansion. So I also revisited later that week and found Quantum, an awesome spacefaring dice game from Funforge. Awesome price. Everything was brand new in that box. And I've already gotten the dice replaced. And right next to it, we have a bunch of old SPI and Games Workshop games from the 80s and 70s. These are kind of weird. There's a kind of a war game slash D&D ripoff feel to them. Nothing amazing. My awesome framing, obviously getting everything in shot. There we go. Good job, Hunter. I actually found a copy of Chainsaw Warrior, which is one I've kind of been interested in. It's a solo game by Games Workshop. Kind of has an Escape from New York feel to it. And then you have a lot of these D&D type ripoffs with terrible, terrible artwork. Oh my god, these are so bad. And this next one, which is not an offensive title at all, After the Holocaust. No big deal there. Just a post-nuclear Holocaust game. So, yeah, and then a bunch of more of these dungeon crawl, Death Maze 2000. No, not really, but Chainsaw Warrior definitely piques my interest. It's one I've been interested in for a while. I do like solo games occasionally, so definitely has a good theme. Looks fun. I'm going to grab it. It's in good condition for that old of a game. I'm definitely grabbing Quantum as well, because Quantum is just a find you don't see every day, and one I've actually been really interested in finding. And we have returned to Austin, to North Lamar, for Half Price Books coupon days. They run a coupon sale throughout the year, different times, where it's kind of an escalating coupon, and the last day of the sale, it's always 40% off your highest priced item. So we are here looking for a treasure. We're not looking for a bunch of chaff, and I decided to check out the chaff anyway, though. Found a kind of an interesting nostalgia trip, the International Grand Prix slot car track, which looks like it's from the 80s, or maybe the 70s, probably the 80s, though. Really interesting, but not something I'm really gonna grab. $20 seems high, I guess. I don't know what the market is. Found Laverne and Shirley again, still there, still kicking, not grabbing it. It's very cheap, and I don't want it. I don't know why I keep grabbing that game. Pokemon Sorry, that's awesome. I'm not gonna make that same joke again. Don't apologize. Okay, I'm gonna make the same joke again. I'm sorry. And a lot of the same stuff that we've seen before. Nothing too incredible. Monopolies. You got your Trial Upwards, Scrabble. Lots of word games down here, actually. Upwards is actually a pretty decent game. I'm giving it crap, but it's not bad. So got the I've actually heard some interesting things about the Hunger Games game as well, but I'm not going to take a chance on it, really, honestly. Nothing worth it there. I did find Innovation, but it's an Innovation expansion, so I would have normally gotten that. I can't really afford an expansion for a game that I don't own, but I've heard really good things about Innovation. So, one I'm on the lookout for sure. Wits and Wagers Family Edition, which Wits and Wagers is a really good party game. Stop Touching Zombies, Hunter. Leave it alone. We've got a copy of New York up here, which is a retheme of Alhambra. I do own the original Alhambra. I actually owned New York at one time as well, but I traded it for a copy of Mage Wars. A really great trade for me. And not a ton. More Clue, more Monopoly, but really, I'm here to take a look at the rare books room, because the rare books are where you're going to find your big hits, and with a 40% off coupon, I can finally afford something in this stupid room. So yeah, same stuff's been up there quite a bit. Betrayal, House on the Hill, some war games. They do have a couple new war games down here. However, we found a copy of, I believe this will be Third Reich. I want to say, if I can get on, yeah, Third Reich, Advanced Third Reich, which was pretty pricey. I'm not really collecting Avalon Hill at the moment, so I'm not really into it. But there's Anzio, some other games there. Dr. Ruth's game is still not moved, so same stuff. But up here in the top right, we do see the expansion of Twilight Imperium, and where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a massive game missing here because I've already grabbed it. And yeah, it was Twilight Imperium 3rd Edition. When I first saw the expansion there last week, I thought, maybe the base game's here and they just haven't put it out yet. And I was right. They had not been able to inventory it yet. It does have a split corner, but it is there complete, and I got it for under $30 after the coupon. This is probably my favorite find so far. I can't believe I found this. I'm super stoked. So there it is, guys. There is the haul. Let's take a look at the prices. So guys, that's another hunt in the books. This month's fan hauls come from the One Tar and Chris Schock on Twitter, who found some interesting things. One Tar, Tiffany, found a game in my own backyard, Battle Line, at one of our half price books here in Austin. And Chris found some things in Dallas. He's a friend of mine I met at BGG-Con, and found a nice little sale and haul that he posted to us. If you want to see your own hauls on our show, you can tag us on Instagram or on Twitter at WG Tabletop. You can also just hashtag Big Game Hunter, or you can email us directly at weaponsgradechannel@gmail.com, and I can share it using whatever username or hashtag or whatever you want. Because I like seeing your guys' hauls. I love seeing it when you guys get great deals as well. If you enjoyed the episode, subscribe so you can get updated whenever a new Big Game Hunter releases, and you can like this video and share it. I'm trying to get the word out about the series as well. We definitely appreciate that. You can check out our social media in the description below. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can even check us out on Patreon if you'd like to support us monetarily. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and happy hunting.